So, hello and welcome back to our podcast. We are shining a light on some of the women in NetSupport and talking about their roles and their experiences working in a tech company. So, I've got Alexandria with me today. Hi, Alexandria. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here.
Yeah. I heard you had an exciting week last week at ISTE. How was that?
Yes. We had a very exciting week. We met with a lot of customers and potential customers, hearing great things and demoing our products.
Sounds good fun. So I bet you're probably still a little bit shattered, but thank you for giving your time today anyway to do this recording. Much appreciated. So before we dive into anything else, can you tell us a little bit about your role at NetSupport, what it is that you do?
Absolutely. I'm a member of the sales team as a customer experience manager. I manage renewals, respond to inquiries, and update customer data. I also help customers by collaborating with the support team on training and demos. A few times out of the year, I travel with my team to conferences to meet with existing and potential customers, providing information, awareness, and demos. I've been with NetSupport for about 2 years, and I occasionally collaborate with account managers to also impact on expansion. More recently, I've been able to help with the transition of cross-tech customers coming over, and it's been a priority of mine to ensure a smooth shift.
Okay, that's really interesting. Yeah, thanks for
Thank
that.
you.
That's really good to get some insights into, what the role is like and some of the
Mhm.
different aspects for sure. What about you outside of NetSupport?
Oh, outside of NetSupport, I enjoy traveling, spending time with family and friends. I have two pups who I love dearly.
Oh,
I also like reading and watching movies. And I'm also a huge believer in self care. So, outside of that, you could also find me at the gym or the Pilates studio.
awesome. Wow, it sounds like you've got lots going on there, but that's really cool. And you just joined the same book club as me, didn't you, for that support? So that'd
Yes,
be
I'm
cool to like chat books.
very excited to read Emma. It literally just got delivered. It'll be my first of the Jane Austen series. So, I'm excited to dive into that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I read Pride and Prejudice, but not Emma before, so
Oh,
it should be really
yeah.
interesting. But yeah, that's really cool. And in terms of like traveling, is there any kind of particular places that you like to go or?
Yeah, anywhere warm,
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
preferably with beaches.
hmm
Those are my favorite. So yeah, but I would like to see everything though. Yeah.
Amazing. How about your role? How did you get into your role in sport?
Yeah, absolutely. So I found out about net support on LinkedIn through a
hmm
recruiter, and I applied for the role. But it wasn't until I connected with a past employee on LinkedIn,
Mm.
and he only had positive things to say about working at net support. I was like,
Oh, that's
okay,
not really awesome.
I
Yeah.
see a future. Yeah, I find it really important to enjoy the company that you work for.
Mm. Definitely.
I feel like starting at a new company is like starting a new relationship. The more you know, the
Mm.
better. So that just it put the icing on the cake for me.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy for it. Yeah, get to know a company like, a new potential relationship.
Yeah,
It's definitely good
essentially.
advice. Absolutely. What about before that? What was your background,
Yeah.
kind of your career before coming over to net support?
Before net support, I worked in sales at a transportation company where
hmm
their emphasis was extreme customer service for
Okay.
business clients as well as customers. Before that, I
Mm.
was a middle school substitute teacher. So I was kind of
Oh, you
able
did
to,
teaching as well. Do you know what? I've
yes, I
spoken
was
to
able
so
to
many
like
people that do
pull from the best of
teaching.
both worlds. So
Yeah.
sales from there and then the teaching
hmm
aspect from school. And I just combined those skills.
Yeah, oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, because like
Mhm.
I know Maggie, obviously you talked before, we talked to her about it.
Mhm.
Latoya said the same.
Yes, Latoya
Quite a
said
few like former teachers in that sport I used
yeah.
to as well. So
Oh,
yeah, that's
you
really
were a
cool.
teacher too.
Yeah, I was a primary school teacher for a few
Oh,
years. So
nice.
yeah. So there you go. That's really interesting. What's your experience been like working in a tech company then?
I have thoroughly enjoyed working in
Mm.
technology. First, let me say technology is not going anywhere. It's only
Yes,
growing.
true.
So I've enjoyed the experiences, the trips, the conversations that I sit in on, even opportunities like this, like in college, if you would have told me that I would be doing a podcast about women in technology, I would not believe you. My degree is in
Yeah.
film production.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. I would recommend
Mm.
it 10 out of 10. to anyone looking to pivot or change industries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting, and it's cool that you did film as well. Something so creative.
Mhm.
That's awesome. I did drama at uni, so again, totally different to tech as
Nice.
well. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, I
yeah.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Mm. Oh, that's really cool. Why would you have said like so? Obviously, you said you wouldn't have thought you'd be on a podcast, but would you have ever thought about doing tech when you were at school, or is that something that just kind of never entered your
Yeah,
mind?
honestly, it never crossed my mind. I
Mm.
always thought that to work at a tech company, you had to have like a computer science degree or some
Yeah.
type of like intro into technology to even
Mm.
enter the industry, but it's
Mm.
not like that. I wish more people would know that you could, as long as you have skills and things that can transfer over to be
Yeah.
successful in whatever role. There are plenty of roles at a tech company.
Mm. That's
If
true.
I would have known that then, I probably would have more years of experience with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I think there's a lot of misconceptions. And I think, like you say,
Yeah.
there's so many opportunities you don't think about. It's not all just
Mhm.
programmers.
Right.
There's so much more
There's so
to
much
it.
more.
So yeah.
I
Yeah,
wish
that's
more
really
people knew
cool.
that for sure.
What about, so obviously it's been really positive, but have there been any particular challenges working in tech, would you say?
Um, The only thing that could come to my mind, and I cannot believe like this, the one public speaking class I did in college came in handy like this. The one
Mm.
challenge I can speak to was I attended my first conference, the
Hmm.
biggest one in here in America, 3 months into my role.
Okay, wow. That's quite
Yeah,
a
so I
quite
was
a
like,
big challenge a few months
yeah,
in.
I was like brand
Still
spanking
getting to
new,
know everything and yeah.
still getting to know the products, the
Yeah, of
role, the
course.
company. And so that was a bit of a challenge, like being immersed. I was trained, of course, but it's
Of
nothing like
course, yeah,
working.
but it's still obviously a big jump, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
With
it's
what we
massive. You speak to so many
yeah.
people, the booths, the attendees. It was massive.
Mm.
But I've been with the company now 2 years, and I've been to more conferences that I can count.
Mhm.
And they're fun. They're interactive. You get to talk to people and meet with people. So that was the biggest challenge, but it didn't last long at all.
That's good. So it's become a positive that was originally a challenge, obviously, as well.
For
So
sure, for
yeah,
sure.
that's really cool. I think that says a lot about you though as a person and your skill
Yeah,
set that you were able to obviously like utilize that experience and learn from it. So well done to you.
yeah, for sure.
That's really cool. What are some of your favorite aspects of your role?
I have a few favorites. One being I enjoy seeing the positive impact that our services provide to people,
Mm,
especially when you get to go to conferences and you meet with your customers face to face. I work remotely, so I don't always get to meet face to face.
cool.
So when we meet with our customers face to face, I enjoy like just seeing their face light up when they see us and like, oh my gosh, you have no idea the impact it makes in our classroom. That's probably one of my favorites. I also very much enjoy my manager.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Um,
that helps.
yeah, that really helps. I enjoy who I work for. I personally feel like she pushes me towards my goals. They're challenging, but they push me to where I want to be
Hmm.
ultimately. And I feel like that's a great benefit. And then lastly, I get to travel for work. So as
Yeah,
someone
that's
who
cool.
loves to travel, you get to
Yeah.
travel for work and go to all these cities that it probably wouldn't have been on your radar that year anyway.
Mm.
And then I use my free time to explore those cities. So I kind of get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm still trying to get an invite to ISTE 1 year, so I have an excuse to come over
Oh yes, you
and
have to
see you guys.
come.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it is really cool, like you say, to have those travel opportunities and
Mhm.
something people probably don't necessarily think about when they think of working in tech. So
Yes.
just another sign of different opportunities there
Mhm.
are. So yeah, that's really cool. So my final question is just what would you suggest to someone who wanted to work in a role like yours?
Hmm. Um, I would probably suggest if they're not currently in the industry or if they are in the industry, which one? Or both?
Either. So maybe it could kind of, I guess, if they are in the industry or if they're interested. So I guess you can
Yeah.
go either
I
way.
would probably suggest like expanding your network, whether on
Hmm.
LinkedIn or whatever social media tool you use, expanding your network and connecting with people currently in that role to ask them questions, what their day-to-day life is like, and also maybe possibly referrals. I feel like that helps out a lot, and also getting
Mm.
reviews on the individual company. Like I said before, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
very important to enjoy who you work
Yes.
for, especially considering all the hours that you put in, per day.
Takes up so much of your life, doesn't it? Work, like
Yeah, it's
wherever
so
you
much of
work,
your
it's
life. It's
gonna,
like a relationship.
yeah.
So I would definitely suggest connecting with people, expanding your platforms and things like that. I would also suggest, like, once you get to the interview stage, having done some type of like minimal research on the company and being able to speak to at least one product. I
Yeah.
feel like that makes a big difference. It's kind of like the standout when you're interviewing. So that's one thing I would recommend as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Alexandra. There's so much great advice in there and lots of interesting conversations. So thank you. I really
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time today.
Absolutely. And I'm more than happy to connect on LinkedIn with anyone looking to chat or offer any advice or anything like that.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. We'll make sure to pop that in the show notes as well.
Thank you.